This week I am testing the new Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. This is a big 7-seater SUV. Let's find out how good it is as a baby drive, and don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on our socials. The boot section of this review is brought to you by Tula. Now, the design of the new Santa Fe is very Vegemite. You're going to either love it or hate it. Now, it is very Land Rover Discovery, Defender-esque at the front and the back with this new boxy design. The boot door of the Santa Fe opens nice and quietly with just a little beep at the touch of a button and closes that way too. Now, Hyundai say that this is 91 litres larger than the previous model's boot. So let's find out what a difference that makes when we try it with our taller prams and shopping bags. When using 2 rows of seats, the Hyundai Santa Fe boot will hold 17 shopping bags. Or the taller, sleek, future-proof multi-configuration pram with a single seat will fit in the boot of the Hyundai Santa Fe with 9 shopping bags. The taller, sleek, future-proof multi-configuration pram with 2 sibling seats will fit in the boot with 9 shopping bags. And the taller, sleek, future-proof multi-configuration pram with a single seat and the bassinet will fit in the boot of the Hyundai Santa Fe side by side with 1 shopping bag. Or the taller Urban Glide 3 ultimate all-terrain stroller with the back wheels on fits easily in the boot with 7 shopping bags. Or the taller Urban Glide 3 double ultimate all-terrain stroller with the back wheels on fits easily in the boot with 4 shopping bags. Or the taller Spring lightweight one-handed folding stroller fits in the boot of the Hyundai Santa Fe with 10 shopping bags. Or you can fit 1 90-litre, 1 70-litre and 2 40-litre taller chasm duffel bags in the boot, or a very large dog. When using all 3 rows of seats in the Santa Fe, the boot will hold 6 shopping bags. Or the taller, sleek, future-proof multi-configuration pram with a single seat fits in the boot of the Hyundai Santa Fe with 2 shopping bags. The taller, sleek, future-proof multi-configuration pram with 2 sibling seats will fit in the boot but with no shopping bags. Or the taller Urban Glide 3 ultimate all-terrain stroller with 1 of the back wheels removed fits easily in the boot with 1 shopping bag. Or the taller Spring lightweight and one-handed folding stroller fits in the boot of the Santa Fe with 2 shopping bags. Or you can fit 1 90-litre and 1 40-litre taller chasm duffel bags in the boot. Or a small dog will fit comfortably in the boot when using all 3 rows of seats. Now, rear passengers are well looked after in the Santa Fe. There are aircon vents in both rear rows of seats. In the second row, they are in the side pillars, and in the third row, they are in the side panels. There's also controls for the rear aircon in the side panel as well in the third row. Now, you can override that from the front, which is good, because if you've got fiddle-fingered little kids in the back, then you can lock it from the front, which is great news. There are also handles above both the rear doors and hooks. So if you've got rear-facing infant capsules, you can hang a little toy up there to keep them entertained while you're driving along. Now, the Santa Fe has not been through ANCAP or Euro NCAP crash testing yet. However, it does have 10 airbags, including side curtain airbags that extend to the third row passengers. The rear doors of the Santa Fe open really nice and wide, giving passengers, big and small, great access into the second row. Now, storage in these rear doors is fantastic too. The door bin at the bottom will hold a large refillable water bottle, and there's 2 cup holders in the top of the door too. These are great. They will hold a kid's drink cup or a coffee cup. Also, kids' snacks will go in there. It saves that, you pass me this, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, that you get on car journeys with kids. Also, the storage handle well is a good spot for a phone too. Now, there are mat pockets on the back of both front seats, so will hold and conceal an iPad. There are also hooks on the back of both of the front seats. In the back of the central console box, there's a large drawer, which will fit an iPad, or kids' snacks can fit in there too. You can also open that central console box from the back, which is fantastic. Rear passengers can reach in and get whatever they need without having to disturb the front driver or passenger. In the back central seat back, there is a fold down with 2 cup holders. They will hold a reusable or a disposable coffee cup. In the third row, there are 2 cup holders on each side. They will hold a reusable or disposable coffee cup, a kid's drink cup fits in there, or a water bottle. There are USB-C sockets in the third row on both sides for rear passengers to charge their devices. And in the second row, there are USB-C sockets on the side of the front driver and passenger seats. So second row passengers can easily charge their devices too. In the back of the Hyundai Santa Fe, there are ISOFIX in both of the outer second row seats. Now, they're not within plastic guides, but they're nice and easy to connect to. And there are top tether anchorages on the back of all 3 of those seat backs. In the third row, there are ISOFIX for both of the third row seats. Again, not within plastic guides, but nice and easy to connect to. And there are top tether anchorages on the back of both of those third row seats. So that's 5 top tether anchorages. And I'm pleased to tell you I could fit 5 child seats in the back here really nicely. They fit really comfortably, which is great. Now, Hyundai say they have increased the legroom and the height of the Santa Fe over the previous model, and I'd say that shows in the legroom. With 3 child seats in the second row and 2 in the third row, even with a rear-facing child seat behind the driver, we could fit a 186 centimetre driver in that front seat, which is really good. And with forward-facing child seats, we could fit taller in the front. Now, the footwells are really nice and flat in both of the rear rows, which means there's a really good kick room. And for adult passengers, it's really nice and comfortable. Now, I found I could sit between 2 child seats in the second row, which again is really good news. When it comes to accessing the third row in the Santa Fe, there are a couple of options. If you are using all 3 child seats in the second row, you will need to remove one in order to bring a second row seat forward in order to get through. If you're only using 2 child seats in the second row, then you can slide this seat forward a little bit in order for passengers to climb through. The front of the Santa Fe is minimal and clutter-free. It's got this big sweeping media screen and driver display screen that really dominate the dash. Now, these tartan seats in this model, they might not be to everyone's taste, but actually I think they'd be quite durable. They're not leather, so automatically I'd say leather, you can wipe it clean nice and easily, but the feel of these make me think that you will be able to wipe off kids' spills quite easily. And when it comes to storage in the front here is very good. There are 2 cup holders in the central console. They will hold a reusable or a disposable coffee cup. In front of them are 2 phone pads. One of them on the right is for charging. Now, underneath the central console bridge, there's a large space big enough for your handbag, or an iPad fits in there comfortably. There's also 2 USB-C sockets near the phone charging and a 12-volt socket underneath. Now, the central console box is a nice big size and it can be opened from the back as well as the front. Now, there is no glasses case in the ceiling. However, the visors do have lit vanity mirrors and they are extendable as well, so you can shade yourself from the sun. There are 2 glove boxes in the front here, which is fantastic. The top one is large enough for popping a phone and things like that in. There's a shelf underneath that, and then the bottom glove box is large enough for the manual or a wallet, something like that. Now, the door bins in the front are just as good as in the back. They will hold a large refillable water bottle. They will also hold an iPad or wallet, and the handle wells are good for popping a phone. The media system in the Santa Fe is lovely and minimal and modern and easy to use and to navigate. Now, it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can access your phone and apps while driving. Now, it's got the calendar in here. In the settings, you can also change and customize a lot of things to do with the sound, which is great for families, especially with sensitive kids. And also within the vehicle settings, you've got your driver assistance screen, so you can change and customize a lot of things in there to how you like them. Now down on the central cluster, you've got all your aircon controls, so you can flip it from the front to the rear controls and lock and take control of those. Now you've also got your parking sensor button to turn those on and off, and the button to turn the camera on and off down here too. Up in the main screen, you've also got your hybrid screen, so you can watch the engine and battery interaction while you're driving if you want to. Now when you put it into reverse, that camera image is lovely and clear. You've also got a 360 camera there, so you can see around the vehicle when parking and manoeuvring. The Santa Fe is a really nice car to drive. Now, being such a boxy shape, I was expecting it to be kind of less aerodynamic when I drove it, but actually it's completely fine. I did find it feels a bit like it hops around on the surface of the road a little bit, like it's not as solid and grounded to the road as some other vehicles are, but it still feels fine and lovely to drive with your family on board. Now, visibility is very good in here. Even with 5 child seats in the back, I found I could still see a little bit over the top there. And if you need more help, then there are the indicator cameras, also a camera you can put on in the media screen as well while driving, which is fantastic. Now there is also a child lock button in here that you can put on down in the driver's door panel, which is great. So little kids in the back, they can't open the doors and windows while you're driving along, gives you great peace of mind. Now the turning circle is very good in here. I'm doing some laps now and testing it, and it's kind of carnival-like in its turning circle, which is great for a large vehicle like this. Makes it lovely and easy. School, supermarket car parks, and those really tight plaza car parks, it's really easy to park. So to sum up with the new Santa Fe Hybrid, it does make a great family car. You can fit 5 child seats in the back, which is fantastic news, with access through to that 3rd row not being too bad for the little ones. Now the drive is really good in here, and this new design does look rather cool, and it's pretty eye-catching when driving around the streets. Now, legroom is very good in here. It's much better than the previous model. Boot space is very good. Even when you're using all 3 rows of seats, you can still get that single Tula Urban Glide 3 running pram in the boot. And the media system and cameras are fantastic.